So I'm here with Sandy Robinson. I don't think you need much of an introduction. You've had quite a career in real estate, and of course LBA most recently. We talk about you're retiring, but I think of that as sort of an interesting word in relation to you because you're not going to really retire. You're just going on to new opportunities and new things. But maybe just talk about that, what you're thinking of, and then of course I'd love to talk about our DE&I efforts because you've been such a leader for us as we've been getting this organization younger, more diverse, bringing in the disabled and all the other communities out there. You've really been a force in helping us reshape this organization for the better, and of course for the better of business and the people in this country. So, but maybe you could talk about what you're feeling about retirement up front, and then we'll jump into DE&I.
Well, it's interesting because when you reach retirement age, and a lot of people that don't realize that I celebrated my 21st birthday for the 49th time in November. So I think it's probably a good time to think about change. And while I have absolutely loved being a part of the real estate community and plan to continue to do so through BOMA, because I am a BOMA fellow.
Yes, which means you're BOMA for life.
That's right.
That's right.
And I am, and my blood is blue, and the fact that BOMA has given me, a life membership, I was just thrilled to receive that because I don't want to retire from my community. Because I came through or started in real estate at a time when it looked very different. And because it looked very different, it was difficult at times.
Well, you said you stood out in the crowd for most of your career.
Yes.
Right? Right.
Oh, yes. But the thing is that now you've got this talent pool of individuals that don't look like,
right.
That may have some inabilities in terms of movement and accessibility, that are veterans, that are aging gracefully, and you think about the wealth of knowledge that comes from that. We are now finding ourselves in a situation where we're not only mentoring down, but we're needing to be mentored up.
Absolutely.
You've got these young emerging professionals that are growing up with technology, fresh ideas, diverse cultural backgrounds.
How they want to work is different.
Yes,
right.
Different.
Right. They're productive, but they do it differently.
It's been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful experience for the real estate industry and has added value that's immeasurable.
Yep.
But we do know that it's a great business strategy when
It
people, create a diverse working environment. It's thought-provoking. You've got a lot of diverse ideas that now are coming into play.
They're more productive. Those teams outperform. It's just a fact. It's a fact. Right.
It's a fact. And so with that, I'm excited to continue to be engaged in that, and to continue to grow from what I'm learning from the mentors coming up through the ranks now, and to be excited about sharing with them the lessons that I've learned and the experiences that I've had over the past 35 years in this industry.
I'm curious, we have made some good progress.
Yes.
But there's obviously more to do.
Yes.
So what would you like to see BOMA really pushing in the future and being more aggressive in certain areas around DE&I? Because I would say we're a leader, but it'd be nice to be an even stronger leader than we are in terms of that around the industry. So what would you like to see us do going forward?
Well, one of, one of the challenges that I gave was to step out of their own comfort zones and to find a way to be more engaging with someone that doesn't look like them. The only way that we're actually going to change the environment, because I know we've heard a lot that, well, my community doesn't look like this, or we don't have this ethnic group in my community. But people forget that DE&I, diversity, equity, and inclusion, is not about race.
Right.
It's about inclusion, and it's all encompassing. Race, yeah, that's a big factor. But when you look at it, it becomes an even smaller factor
Yeah.
when you look at the whole.
Right.
Because if you stop focusing on one element of it, now you can see the benefit of the entire community. You know, we need to bring more veterans.
Yeah.
We need to find a way to hire more people with disabilities.
Yeah, I mean, we're known as the ADA group. We were all
That's
about
right,
accessibility. It's
right.
part of our DNA. We need
Right.
to be doing more in that. area.
Right.
So I have to ask you one other question, which is, you know, think about the demographics of the country are changing too. It's a business strategy. If you don't think you
It is.
need a diverse workplace today, you will next year, right?
will.
Because that's what's coming your way. And
Right.
we talk about unconscious bias, which I think is more relevant to the older generations, including the boomers. But I'm optimistic when I think of kids like my son, who's a millennial, just outside of Z land, you know. But he doesn't think about anybody's orientation or race or anything else. The younger generations, I don't think, have that bias in them. And I think that makes me optimistic about the workforce of the future.
It makes me very optimistic. We can't move forward and create a better sense of community, have greater economic development if we're going to cling to the things that divide us. That's a military strategy.
Right.
Divide and conquer. You know, the thing is that if we start thinking in terms of unite
Right?
and grow, that's a total different strategy. BOMA is creating a sense of belonging. You know, we are a family, and it feels like a family. And people feel that they are in a trusted environment and that they can be productive and they will be heard and their ideas can be shared and they don't have to worry about withdrawing, you know, or being criticized. It's become an organization that does not judge.
Right.
You know, we're not judging, we're listening, and that makes a big difference. It really does. I keep saying we are leaders building value.
Yes.
We really are. And we're doing it in such a way that's so monumental and, you know, so thought-provoking. We can't turn our backs on the direction that we're going.
No.
We have to lead in a manner that is inclusive, in a manner that allows people to get excited and to share, a manner that, you know, allows us to take a look at what the future needs are through the eyes of our emerging professionals. You know,
Right.
we can't be the grandpa.
No.
You will do it this way because I said so. No, it's not.
That
working.
doesn't work.
It doesn't
No.
work.
No.
It doesn't work.